And I'm going to call the GA to order at 4:33 p.m. And welcome everybody. Howdy, howdy. I hope you're having a great day. The necessary materials that you need for tonight should be in the chat, on the website, Advisor Rome, and or the email. We're scam all over the place, so nowhere you can run and hide and not see them. All right, and hey, Eric, I see you just popped in. So close this window, open this, and open that, and there we go. So it's no doubt that we've got a minutes problem that needs to resolve itself, and logically, unless if one of you fine senators would be so kind as to make sure that these minutes are being done so that we have documentation in a written format, I don't therefore see them being done until next Senate starts. So please consider it. It would really be helpful, even just for the students' sake. So we're going to have to pass on that. The corrections and approval of the agenda. Take a look-see. I will entertain a motion at any time to approve that agenda. And woo, fast. I'm going to just go give to the first one I see on the list, Senator Sobranic, motion to approve the agenda.
Yeah.
And then therefore, who was the second hand I saw? VP Saeed, seconds. All those in favor, use the hand-raising feature now and keep them up, please. All right. And since there's only 3 people in here that would not be voting, I'm going to say that has passed, and we can move down. Before we move down any further, I just want to give everyone a heads up about how the agenda we had talked about last GA, about how we were switching things around a little bit, just so we can continue to have quorum for the students that have to leave for classes. So we're going to, obviously be seeing our regional and reports and college assembly and council reports today, like we didn't see them last week. Just a heads up, let's just So now moving down to public comments. Jim Falco, hey, and I'll let you take it away.
All right, well, thank you, President Green. Appreciate it. Hi, everybody. My name is Jim Falco. I don't recognize a number of you, so it's nice to meet you. I'm the Associate Vice President for the regional campuses. So I'm the person that oversees the regional campuses, works with the campus managers, works with the student services staff there. So thank you for inviting me and having me here. I have some notes here just to give you an idea what's happening at the regional campuses, but I want to begin by saying thank you to Sean and to all of you, because at last night's board meeting, Sean let us know that you have been working very hard to try and do some outreach to the regional students to see if we can get some regional representation. So thank you for doing that, because I know sometimes they don't feel connected or they don't feel like they're getting enough information, and whether that's true or not doesn't matter. It's their perception, right? So we got to work on that. So thank you for the outreach that you've been doing with them. I really do appreciate it. And it sounds like you may have some students that are interested in serving in that role. So that's great. So I just want to say kudos to you. Thank you very much for doing that. In terms of some regional updates, to give you an idea, we'll start with, because I also want to hear your comments on that. From our vantage point, and by our, I mean mine and the campus managers at each of the campuses, the book return and the book delivery went smoother than I think it may have gone at the Truax campus. So I want to know if you've heard anything that would be contrary to that. But otherwise, we had the book drop-offs throughout the whole winter shutdown, went well, picked up the books. We had books shipped to us and the students came and picked them up. So if that's incorrect, you need to let me know, how that's going. But that's what I heard, how that went. Oh, okay. No, good, I'm glad. Similarly, all of the regional campuses have laptops and hotspots. We've even been just giving them out even as recently as like a couple of weeks ago, because a student wasn't aware of it. It's like, okay, well, in case people don't know it, yes, they can pick them up right at the regional campuses. So we have hotspots, we've got laptops. So please know that they're there, and we will accommodate students' requests. We have our food pantries are being used widely. We've in the first month of January, when people came back, the Reedsburg campus had to restock their food pantry twice in the month. I mean, students were using it. So I want you to know the students are using them. We do keep them full. We get food not only from some of the local food pantries, but sometimes Fort Atkinson and Truax also help us deliver food back to the other campuses so that we have it. So just to be aware, since I know some of you I'm not familiar with, and I want to make sure you know that we do have these on campus and students are utilizing them. We have curbside pickup, or when students come in, unlike Truax, our food pantries are open, right? So people can come in and take what they need. And we encourage that. There's bags there. So if they need something, and interestingly enough, it may not be surprising to you. It was kind of surprising to me. Some people come in and eat immediately because they need it before they go to class because they haven't eaten that day. So again, all of this is initiated by Student Senate a year or two ago. So kudos to you guys. I want you to know it's being used at the regional campuses. I already thanked you for the regional representation, so I appreciate that. You may or may not know that the Reedsburg, Watertown, and Fort Atkinson campuses went through some WebEx/telepresence remodeling. And so now all of those campuses have 2 new classroom live classrooms. So it's another way for us to deliver more classes regionally for those students who, because of internet connectivity, because of transportation, they can't get to the Truax campus or Goodman South. They can take more classes at those regional campuses because we have more connectivity with our new WebEx rooms. So that's pretty exciting. We still have students coming to the campus, 3 to 5 at each campus, just because they want to use the high-speed internet. We don't turn any students away, right? Even though, quote, they don't have a class, you need to use the internet, and please come in and use it. So that's still occurring. And when you talk to your colleagues out in the regions or your colleagues in the classroom, even though you're online, you may or may not know where they're living. So please make them aware that that is available to them at a regional campus. So if it's easier for them to connect regionally than going to a McDonald's, they should just go to that campus. So I wanted to share that with you. And then the last thing I wanted to share with you is something that I shared with the board, and I know I'm meeting some of you for the very first time, but I want to make you aware that I've decided to retire from Madison College. And so when my contract ends at the end of June 30th is when it's the end of the fiscal year, I will be leaving the college. I've been in higher ed 30 years as a faculty member, a dean, a director, a vice president, and I'd like to do something a little different and have some of my life back. So, and my wife would like me to do that as well. So, if in case this is the last time I'm appearing before the Student Senate, I want to say that over the years it has been tremendous, and I've always enjoyed the invitation, and thank you very much for doing that. Dr. Daniels and Cabinet is in process now of planning for what comes next, but I wanted to tell you personally that this will be my last semester at the college and I'll be moving on. So that's what I had in terms of things that I wanted to make sure that I made you aware of and let you know what's going well, what we've been working on. And we, like all of you, are excited to have students back on campus, hopefully soon, and maybe beginning this summer. We've cracked the door open a little bit to have more in-person classes, so a little bit. So slowly, we got to keep everybody safe, but slowly we'll be coming back soon. This will get behind us, and thanks for all your good work. That ends my report, President Green.
Awesome. Well, I would like to let anyone have, if anyone's got some questions, or I know it breaks my heart knowing that you're retiring. Honestly, I know I've only known you for a little bit of time, but you're such a great guy, and yeah, I mean, happy for you nonetheless. Enjoy the retirement life, but yeah, that is definitely a bummer. Just to lose someone of your character, and that's serious. But yeah, I just had a couple of things I thought of questions to bring up. because I did actually was speaking to Advisor Rome while the district board meeting was happening. When you brought up the Classroom Live, I messaged her and I said, "What is Classroom Live?" I mean, I work in Rise. I work with the advisors. I know like pretty much everything, but then it's like, where did this thing come from? So could you just I guess um kind of expand a little bit more on Classroom Live? What is different from say online live?
Okay.
Because yeah, just for a little bit of clarification, I guess, yeah.
Sure. Sure. And are you guys familiar with what we used to call telepresence
I
classrooms? You know what
am.
those are?
I am.
Okay. All right. This would be the next evolution of telepresence. So a student can go into one of our campuses into those classrooms, and if they don't want to use their laptop or phone, they're large monitors in the classroom, many of them touch screen, so that they can sit in that classroom and see other people in other rooms. So we can connect all the campuses and we can connect Truax as well. And a faculty member can be teaching at each of the regional campuses or one of the regional campuses and reach all those other rooms. So it's a similar to telepresence, but with newer technology, more secure technology that's going to be more stable. And then if you don't want to be there, you certainly can still do it on your phone and your laptop, right? But because people have, connectivity issues, and there are those students who like to be in a group with other students to talk about it, right? So that's why it's called Classroom Live. That, yeah, you can do it from your home, but if you want to sit with two or three other of your colleagues, you can go into that room, and it's a dedicated immersive room, and you're connected with everybody on very large screens.
That actually sounds pretty wickedly cool. I my first question what's Truex doing about that? I mean, is Truex out of this option as well? I mean, because that's some sweet tech that you got going on. It's like highly interactive. Yeah, that's really cool.
So Truex is updating rooms. Yes. So School of Business has a room. Um, Human and Protective Services have 2 rooms. The Truex campus has at least 2 rooms, and they're doing more. So Goodman South, I think, has a couple rooms that are dedicated like that as well. Yes.
Wow. Well, when we I know for me, when I get back on campus, I'm gonna be looking for those rooms.
Yeah.
I'm wow, that got past me. Well, yeah. As far as the textbooks, yeah, we didn't have a good textbook return thing going on. We were Advisor Rome informed us, but I'm happy to hear that the textbooks in regionals they went so well. Yeah, that's really good. And then as far as I guess, yeah, the safety aspect, I assume you're following safety protocols
Absolutely.
for the for having students walk in and get food. So
Absolutely.
I guess it's not really anything bringing up. I just assume that safety is being followed. But I am anybody else have anything they would like to say? I mean, literally open this up for talk away if you're free.
I would say thank you, James, for all your work,
Oh,
Jim.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure. Madison College has been just a blast to be here. It's just been a blast.
Senator Willis, your question?
Yes, I do.
Hi, Katrina.
How are you? I miss you already. So my question is this. For those of us who do know you, what is the deadline for us to request our letters of recommendation before you leave?
Well, my last day on, here is June 30th, which is a Wednesday, right? That's the end of the semester. So I'm happy to provide letters of recommendation, Katrina. Happy. You and I've worked together on a number of committees. Yes, so happy to do it. If you need one of, yes,
I'll be in
absolutely.
touch. I'll be in touch long before you leave.
Okay. All
So
right.
thank you.
I am the only JS Falco at Madison College, so you won't find any other Falcos at the college. So I'm pretty easy to find that way.
But I
And
do
Eric,
wish,
thanks for the wishing you the best. I love it.
but I do wish you much continued success in your future endeavors. Um, just as a senator and as a student, you've done a phenomenal job in the time that I've known you, with everything that you've done to advocate for the students, not just in the regions, but as well as the ones at all the campuses. So I would just like to say, on behalf of all the students, we appreciate you. You will be dearly missed, and you're going to leave some big footprints for somebody else to have to fill. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Katrina, for your kind words. Thank you very much. I sincerely, thank you.
I think she said well for all of us. All right. Well then, well, thank you for presenting, and hopefully we might see you again. But if we don't, it's been
Yeah.
great. But yeah, we're gonna move on so we don't lose these couple students here for classes. But yeah, stick around. Definitely, we love having you here.
Okay. I'll be
So
with you for a while. Thank you.
cool, awesome. So now we move down to old business items, and we have no old business items. Then next is resolution, new business items, resolution to racial inequity name change. In the Racial Inequity Committee, VP Moreno and Senator Yildiz, if you guys would like to take it away. And if you
Sure.
need me to post, present my screen, or if Advisor Rowan present her screen, just let us know. Yeah.
I do have it on my screen. The only part that we may ask for help is on the voting section. But other than that, I have it on my screen.
Okay. I guess you're gonna show. I guess I should clarify. You're gonna share your screen. There
Sure.
we go.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I got it. Okay. So if we want, Mina, would you like to do the honors? And the idea is just reading over it so that, you can have the experience. It's just reading over it. Yeah.
Sure, of course. So the resolution is to have the committee name change, and the reasons behind this is because for a lot includes the advertising purposes and recruitment. We want to be able to have a clear message on what the racial inequity committee is, and by changing it to racial equity committee, people who see it in their emails or people who see posters of it will have a clear understanding and may create more traction because of that. Vice President Marino, do you want to continue?
Yeah, I can. So I will start. So resolution 002, it is under initiative and committee name change. So the day presented today, March 4th, Vice President Moreno introduced the following legislation, which was referred by the Racial Inequity Committee, which that will change. So the formal motion. Senate shall rename the Racial Inequity Initiative and its ad hoc committee to the Racial Equity Initiative and Racial Equity Ad hoc Committee. The Section 1, primary reasonings, whereas the Racial Inequity Initiative and its ad hoc committee primary objective is to help inform and promote equity among all students at the college. Whereas changing the name of the initiative and committee will help reflect the positive goal of what the initiative stands for, what the ad hoc committee is currently working on, and what they plan to work on for the foreseeable future. Whereas the Student Senate has always promoted initiatives in a framework that is consistent with positivity, and therefore changing the name of the initiative and its ad hoc committee will ensure that the Student Senate continue with this tradition. The conclusion will then be being enacted that the Student Senate of Madison College assembled that the Senate shall rename the Racial Inequity Committee to the Racial Equity Committee. So if there are any questions, and if not, I will hand it out to President Green so that we could cover the voting record.
Yep, and Advisor Rome will do the roll call vote here. So when she calls your name, A, nay, or abstain, your options. So take it away, Advisor Rome.
You need a motion to vote on it.
Oh yeah, I
Sorry.
guess we need a motion to vote on it. Sorry, boy. VP Saeed, is that a motion?
Yes.
All right. Do we have a second?
A second.
Seconded by, I'm just gonna have to give it to Senator Yildiz. I don't know who I heard. I think it was maybe Joe, but, all right. So
Now I
then,
can take it away.
yeah, exactly.
All right, VP Moreno,
A.
VP Syed.
Aye.
Figure out if anybody's missing. I think everyone's here today. Senator Ciardelli,
Aye.
Senator Sobranic,
Abstain.
Senator Willis,
Aye.
Senator Yildiz,
Aye.
and Senator Zebel.
Aye.
All right, and with that, the motion carries. So you have formally passed this resolution.
All right, awesome. So therefore, Racial Equity Initiative and Ad Hoc Committee. Cool. All right, so now then let's move it on down the list to the non-business housekeeping items. So everyone, we are going to be presenting to the Student Activities Board tomorrow our 3-year organizational plan for 2021-2024. We just wanted to let you guys have a final look-see to what we have done. There isn't, I guess, really much. There's always some slight discussion of tweaks, but this is pretty much what it is going to be. Lucas, Senator Sobranic, Senator Yildiz, VP Moreno, Advisor Rome, and myself have been working very long and very hard at trying to put this together at such a short notice when we lost Marcus Rubio. So yeah, she put that in. Advisor Rome put the document in the chat. Check it out. And Advisor Rome.
I think the main goal today was just to make sure that everyone saw the racial equity goals or goal and the action steps under that. So is it okay if I share my screen and maybe the racial equity committee can kind of talk through the goals? Sound good?
Yeah.
All right. So if you're following along on your own screen, I'll be on page 8 of the document.
Okay, and I guess from now what we can do is read it out loud, it was what we did with the other drafts as well. So goal number 1, racial equity, now that it's changed. This initiative will explore issues related to racial disparities and support systems by integrating racial equity across the campus to ensure equitable and non-judgmental outcomes. The main objective is to incorporate racial equity analysis and identify best practices into program, policy, and procedure decisions. The Student Senate has identified this as a commitment to social and environmental justice, diversity, and inclusion. The Racial Equity Committee's goals are to solve both the minor and significant problems that may arise, so Madison College students of all colors can feel comfortable and part of the community. For strategy number 1, we focused on conduct research on racial equity to learn about current practices and strategies. This could include research on what other colleges, local organizations, and national organizations are doing to address racial equity. Action step number 1 will be to designate roles in the committee so that the members can cover a wider scope of information. And for action steps 2, it would be participate in professional development, identify conferences and workshops for the members of the Racial Equity Committee to participate in. For strategy number 2, we have examined the current programs at Madison College to expand programming about retention, recruitment, and resources for students of color. Action step number 1 will be assess our campus climate and our ongoing initiatives through a survey to better understand student experiences. Action step number 2, gather the voice of key constituents and assessing programs and events taking place around issues of equity on campus. Action step number 3, support the creation of diversity training for students that cover racial stigmas, cultural backgrounds, and factors of discrimination. And for the last, strategy number 3 would be provide opportunities for students and staff to learn about race and equity. Action step number 1, organize workshops, discussion forums, and institute resources on race and equity that engage the campus community and student body. Topics should include understanding and addressing current and ongoing equity issues. Action step number 2, educate the student population on how to share concerns and inquiries surrounding equity. And action step number 3, promote through social media platforms current student organizations and clubs that offer support system to students of color. So that is kind of what we worked on together for the draft. If anyone has any particular questions that we would like to cover, overall, it has been what we had planned when Senator Shai was in the committee and what President Green helped in the beginning with, that research aspect, which at the moment became crucial for the initiative to take place and basically be at the place that it is right now. The other idea is to identify what we already have at the college and how can we either promote that or just support that being a student organization in order to help students. That would kind of focus on the strategy number 2 and number 3, that kind of retention aspect, promoting aspect, collaboration aspect with others. And at the same time, we could use social media, understanding that that is a platform that has helped lots of clubs and even Senate reach out to other students in the community. And the idea is to keep with the idea of diversity trainings and for the members of the Racial Equity Committee to keep learning of the things that are currently ongoing and take inspiration or at least find ways in which we could mold the things that are going on around us in order to find what will work best for the students at the college. And yes, I mean, if Senator Yildiz, you have anything else to add, and if anyone has any questions, well, we're here.
I think you worded it really nicely. That really embodies what the committee is about and what we want to achieve.
Excellent.
Any questions at all? Any statements? Anything that anyone would like to say? Now is your time to say it. Yeah, now's your time to say it, or else we're good to go and locked and ready for tomorrow's presentation. All right. Sounds like everyone's in agreement then. So awesome. Well, thank you very much, VP Moreno and Senator Yildiz, for helping put that together. You really have done quite a lot in the absence of Shai and having to step down as chair. So you helped continue it on, and that's what we needed. So let's move down the list. Now, after that, officer and committee reports, that President Green, that's on me. Well, we kind of summarize a little bit of what we just did right now. We reviewed Resolution 2, went over some planning for the, again, reviewed the 3-year plan, and so we could have a meeting today to kind of run through how we were going to present it. We were unable to, we had a couple senators interested in wanting to be on some committees and councils. Unfortunately, due to the, I just call it technology issues, we could not get access to the forums themselves. Therefore, we could not appoint anyone today. And we'll be doing that next Wednesday. So sorry to those senators who are maybe looking to have that good news, but it's on its way. So other than that, I'm going to totally be honest with you guys. I did not get a chance to get this email back out to Tina Hito, the Dean of Goodman South. But for those of you who don't know, there is a radio station that I don't know enough of remember enough of the details, or I have to email it back. But basically, there's an opportunity on the 12th of March, which is next Friday, to be on the radio show and have some Senate representation. Now, I think that this is a great opportunity, and I think at the time everyone really thought that it was a great opportunity when Tina did present and give us updates on what she was doing at Goodman South. I emailed her yesterday. She gave us the opportunity. I just have not had a chance to email back. I will put it down on my pad here to make sure that after this is over, I send an email out right away, find out the time, and then send that out to all of you guys. And let's see if we can get some representation and reach that part of the audience, right? The student voice in that audience. That's very important. So that's really what the executive council report is, and I'm present. Yeah, so I'm done with my thing, and now moving down to admin and finance. Again, we met right before this and also met with the racial equity committee, and did some run throughs of how we were going to present the 3-year plan and the budget request. So other than that, there is nothing, unless if Senator Sabranik, you have something you would like to add. There's nothing, that report's pretty much done and done. And then, yeah,
Nothing. I got nothing to add. I said.
okay, cool. And so then moving down, Legislative and Rules Committee is vacant. Team Development Committee, VP Moreno.
No report today.
Awesome. And moving down, Public Relations Committee, VP Saeed.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit sick. So I'm still working on getting the word out about the student senate election through social media. I did try contacting other clubs for seeking help with promoting the senate election flyer, and I did receive numerous shout outs from clubs, and I've seen a spike in number of students visiting our social media handles. Furthermore, we have seen a spike in number of students attending info session last night, and it was a really great info session, I would say. Um, yeah, I would suggest everyone sharing the election poster on the social media, and yeah, uh, I did I did send out an email to all the regional campus managers containing all the promotion flyers and information, and I did receive back a really good response from them, and they were more than happy to like help us promote elections at regional campuses. So I would suggest everyone leaving a like on our social media pages. And I think that ends my report for today. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, I guess to put a little bit of light on that, yeah, we had a great turnout last night, and I could not get a chance to go to it. I was at the district board meeting, so it was I was so jealous. I'm like, oh my God, I see so much interaction going on. But no, that was great. We want that. Obviously, not, I guess as of right now, we've got 10 applications in and then 1 present application in. And yeah, that's great news. But yeah, we have to continue to push. Deadline is the 7th at midnight. Push. And yeah, I think that's great. If you're sick though, VP Saeed, you need to be resting, all right? And we are here to help take any of the load off while you get better. So I mean, that's what a team does, but your health is obviously important to us. So just let us know what we can do if you need us, all right? But you're doing a great job. I've seen all the work you've been posting on social media and all the engagement you've been getting out of it. But yeah, we got a few more days left before the window closes, so let's push it, guys. But thank you for your report, VP Saeed. I'm going to move it down now to the special reports with Advisor Rome. Take it away.
Awesome. So obviously the deadline for submitting applications to run in this spring election is Sunday night. If you are going to still be a student next year and are interested in continuing with Senate, you do need to submit an application with the exception of Mina and Joe. You submitted it and checked both boxes for this semester and next year, so you're good to go. But anyone else, if you want to continue next year, make sure you get your application in. There's no requirement to stay the whole year, but ideally you would be around through at least the fall semester, not just summer classes. If there are still openings and you want to still be involved in the summer, we can have a conversation kind of after we see how many applications we get, because it could be really great to have you involved in the summer, especially while I'll be out on maternity leave, for you all to help bring on board the new senators. But as President Green mentioned, 10 applications is awesome. One of those is for Portage, one is for Goodman South. The rest are the general seats. So we're making progress. And as of last night, none of the 7 people who came to the info session had submitted applications. So we're getting interest. So keep up the good work. It's definitely working. And then the other thing, I sent an email from the Senate email earlier this week about attending the National Student Leadership Diversity Convention. There are currently 3 of you who want to attend. If you haven't yet, let me know. You have until the end of the day tomorrow, just to let us know some of the folks who want to attend. And again, it's virtual. I think April 10th. Let me pull that up again. Yes, so I would expect probably all day on April 10th. There are a few folks who are going to work on a bill, so we just need to know who all wants to go, so they can figure out what amount to request for the bill, and then they'll bring that next week. Then we can get them registered. And then the last thing is, without a vice president of admin and finance, I'll be updating the points again tomorrow. I think it's been 2 weeks since I sent out an update, so check that out when I send it out. And if there are any discrepancies right away, let me know, please. And if you want to appeal any points, you can also let me know, and we'll talk through that process. The earlier the better, and I know there are extenuating circumstances with classes and things that are coming up, so don't be shy about appealing points if they're accumulating quickly. We want to keep you on the Student Senate. So just keep an eye out for that email. Hopefully I'll get it out tomorrow.
All right, and that concludes your report, I would assume. All right, awesome. So now moving down to regional and Metro's campus reports. And I'm just gonna preface this by saying these will be filled soon. Reedsburg is vacant, Watertown vacant, Portage vacant, Fort Atkinson vacant, and Goodman South vacant. Now moving down to College Assembly and Council reports. College Assembly, President Green. We have a College Assembly next Wednesday, I believe. So you'll hear more this following Thursday of what went down. So then Academic Council is vacant. Diversity and Community Relations Council is vacant. Facilities Planning and Investment Council, Senator Willis, do you have a report for us?
I do. We met yesterday and worked out the final tweaks on our report to be given at College Assembly, the updates as far as the changes that they wanted on our presentation. We are also working on getting people to fill out their applications to be on the council again. Ann Camillo attended our meeting. We had, DCRC do their presentation as a loop out yesterday as well. And then we had an update on the early child care center. They have all their classrooms except one of the infant classrooms available that's open now. And they expect to have all their slots filled after spring break. And so both students as well as faculty and staff can have their kids over at the early childhood center. So it was exciting to actually see a presentation on the changes from the Penske building to what's now the Early Learning Center as and the residual space for when they're doing build outs or moving other groups around. And that concludes my report.
All right, awesome. Yeah, that's pretty cool news. So moving down then, Finance Council. Well, I'm just gonna say, Senator Sobranic, since you've been attending these Finance Council things with us knowing them, is there anything going on in the Finance Council that we should know about?
Nothing really that big, really.
Okay, then so next Thursday after you've been appointed, we can we'll check in on you then. All right.
All right.
All right. So Information Technology Council, Senator Zebel, do you have a report for us?
No, sir. Our meeting was canceled due to IBS training, and we do not have one until April 1st.
All right. And may I ask how that training went? Did it go well?
Of course, it goes well. Anything at the college goes well, man. Come on.
All right, then. That's good news. Okay. Well, then, Institutional Effectiveness Council, that is vacant. Professional Development Council, Senator Willis, do you have a report for us on that one?
I do. Sorry.
No, not a problem.
I had a senior moment. Excuse me. So the Diversity and Community Relations Council looped out to professional development on Monday. One of the things that they did was get feedback from the Professional Development Council, where we told them we suggested that they consider an infographic style delivery of the guidelines, consider including European or Euro-American or some other label for the category of whites. And there was a discussion of the appropriation of certain terms by white supremacists, the reason why they currently have it just labeled as whites and nothing else. If not using the term Euro-American, maybe include the explanation as to why, in effort to reclaim the term from the white supremacists. Suggestions regarding names, ask for clarification about name order, preferred name, pronunciation, spelling, and eliminating the use of kids to describe students, since most of us are adults. And then they gave us 2 weeks in case we had additional feedback we wanted to send them. And Camilla was also at that meeting and discussed the 2020-2021 Employee Awards, the nomination process, and wanting to recruit people to be dancers. So just a thought for any of you all who have not heard this, they're looking for people to be dancers. They have 6 songs they picked out. And if you're interested in dancing virtually to one of those songs, contact Ann Camillo. And she also touched on the application process to continue on the council. And we worked on our IAS revisions to prepare for our second read in front of the college assembly. And with the focal point of being the election timeline and process, and then new employee designations, bylaws, and communications. So that's the end of that report.
I love it very thoroughly. That was done. I love that. All right. So, and yeah, I guess if we're going to dance on it, when we hear about that. All right, and then last but not least, Student Affairs Council with VP Moreno.
We haven't met yet. We meet the 18th, if I'm not wrong.
All right, and then down to announcements. Do those virtual office hours and your office hours in general. Promote Senate deadline to be on Senate ballot is March 7th. I already said this, but again, I'm going to repeat it again and again and again. Then, as we are all student employees, you may have gotten this. I think maybe there was an email that went out. Sorry about my dog barking right there. About the online, it was an online discrimination in the workplace training. I think is the correct name. I took it last night. It's a good training. Very fast and not fast. You don't want to just go through it, but it wasn't long, I should say. Yeah, it was. It's informative. It helps to improve you. So everyone's got to do it. You got to get it done by March 12th. So the sooner the better. Let's not procrastinate. But other than that, I will let anyone speak like Senator Willis right now. Go for it.
Also, I just wanted to remind the senators, because we're all student employees, there was also an email that went out about us being able to register to get the COVID vaccine. And I did sign up. The thing that's a little tricky is it's sort of like a lottery. So on the 15th of March, we'll find out the first wave of people who will actually get it. And at that point, if I'm not in that first round, I'm going to Walgreens or CVS to see if I can get it somewhere else.
Very well said. Yeah, Tim Casper spoke on that a little bit last GA, but yes, I think everyone should have gotten an email. I know I filled mine out as well, and that wasn't long to fill out. Just follow the instructions and submit away. Senator Yildiz, what do you got?
Mike.
Yeah, you might be on mute, so
Sorry.
Yildiz.
Sorry about that.
It's all right.
So I became a student employee a couple days after the email was sent out, so I don't have access to it to sign up. I was wondering if there's some way that I could.
We'll figure that out and get back to you. All right. But yes, so we'll make sure that again, put it on the notepad. I'll make that a priority and make sure that we get you come back around and get you. I know Joe also is not technically an employee yet, so he would be the other one that is, you guys are both on my mind, so I'm not forgetting you two. Senator Willis, you have another question?
I move to adjourn.
All right. Well, there's all right. Looks like that's a second. I'm giving it to Senator Sabranek. Seconds it. All right. All those in favor, use the hand raising feature now and keep them up. All right. Yeah. Well, that is everyone. So the meeting is adjourned at 5:20 p.m. You guys have a great rest of your day and weekend. Be safe. And again, as always, it was a pleasure, Jim, having you here. And hopefully we'll get I know I'll see you again next Wednesday, but hopefully again at GA. So with that said, I'm going to leave and got 10 minutes until the news. So yippee. Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Appreciate
Bye,
it.
everyone.
Most
All right.
welcome.
Thanks, Eric, for your work. All right.
Hey, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.